Hello my friends, this is Noah and welcome back to the channel. I have just completed week 1 of working with Linux full-time, and as a reminder, I am using Pop! OS, which is made by System 76. It is a distribution based on Ubuntu. So I have never used Linux before. This is my first week using Linux, and I want to talk to you about things that I love and things that I hate. So let's talk about things that I love first. First of all, what I always heard about Linux is it just works. Now, there's a number of things about Linux that definitely do just work. First example that I want to tell you, System 76 has built in this thing called the Pop Shop. And what this does is this lets you get all of your system updates, but it also lets you download a bunch of programs. And with Linux, or at least with Ubuntu, you can download a program as a .deb file, you can download it as a Flatpak, or as I've learned since then, you also have these things called app images. And these are all different. There's also something called Snap, but we don't need to go down that right now. So the things that I have mostly used so far are Flatpaks, and conceptually, I like the idea of Flatpaks. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I think it is, and I'm hoping some of you guys who are more familiar with Linux will tell us what it actually is. But my understanding of a Flatpak is it basically makes like a nice little virtual environment for that software program so that it doesn't interfere with other things on your system. That is my understanding. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Now, through the Pop Shop, I was able to find Flatpaks, for example, JASP, statistical software that I use. I was able to find it for VLC Media Player, which is what I use for a lot of video stuff. And I have also been able to find them for just about everything that I use. There's only a few things that I haven't been able to find the Flatpak for in the Pop Shop. So as an example, one of the things that I did not find a Flatpak for was LM Studio. And so that's when I learned about app images and how app images work. So if you asked me if I was going to stick with Linux on Friday night, the answer was going to be no. And that is because I spent probably 3 to 4 hours working with multiple LLMs trying to get Docker Desktop to work with my NVIDIA card. Now, I got Docker Desktop up and running. That was no problem, super easy. Getting Docker Desktop to work with N8N, super easy. Getting Docker Desktop to work with OpenWebUI, super easy. That is unless I wanted to use the NVIDIA drivers with Docker Desktop. That is where I ran into problems, is I could not get these things to actually recognize my GPU. Long story short, I think it works with the Docker engine if you do it through terminal, but I can't get it to work with Docker Desktop using the desktop application. So if one of you Linux folks is out there who knows how to get Docker Desktop working with my NVIDIA drivers, I tried doing the NVIDIA container toolkit and it doesn't work. I changed some of the JSON when it starts to try and get it to recognize the NVIDIA stuff. That also doesn't work. I think it just doesn't work with Docker Desktop. So that means that OpenWebUI was not using my GPU. So that's why I'm using LM Studio now temporarily until I can get that whole thing sorted out. I ran out of energy and that was very frustrating. The second thing that I did actually figure out how to do was progressive web apps. So what a progressive web app is let's say you're in Chromium, which is what I've been using lately, and you have, let's say your email open or your calendar open or something like that. Up here, there's often a button where you can install it as a web app, or if you go over to here and then go to cast and share, a lot of times there's this create shortcut page, but if you're on an actual page like your email or something, there may be something that says install an app. And what that does, it makes it run in its own little separate window. Now, for work purposes, I, on my Windows side, liked having Outlook down here on my dock, but without actually having Outlook as a real program. It was just a PWA, and you can see that's what I have here on Linux as well. Same thing with Google Calendar. I was able to get that up and running too. Now that process was a little more complicated than I had originally anticipated, because when I started, that was one of the first things I tried to do, and I hadn't really wrapped my brain around how Linux works differently. So if you need to create PWAs, here's the process I found that worked for me in Chromium. So first, I just created my PWA. Then in my files, I navigated to this folder, which is where PWAs and shortcuts are stored by default, which is home, then my username, local share applications. So the first thing you have to do is right click it and click enable as program. And that makes it so that when you actually open it, it's going to open as a program instead of just opening as some sort of text file or something like that. Then I wanted to make sure that it showed up in my application. So down here, one of the things I really like about Linux is we have this, or I should say about Pop! OS, is we have this applications button, and I can view all my applications here. They're sorted by default, but you can also create new folders however you want. But I wanted Google Calendar and Outlook to show up here, so that way I could add them to my dock. And in order to do that, I just had to run this one little piece of code, and I didn't want to have to remember this, so that's why I have this written down in this file. That's going to bring it to the applications page, and once it's on this applications page, you can just right click it and do pin to dash, and then that'll put it down here. So I got PWAs working because they were important to me. I tried Docker Desktop, that didn't work, but everything else has pretty much just worked. And one of the things that I really enjoy is the customization settings. So if we go down here, you can see there's a settings button, and you can customize just about everything about this system. So let me tell you a little bit about what I did and what I really like. So one of the things that I really like is I'm just going to open a couple windows here to make a point. So one of the things that I really wanted was the ability to just click on something down here in the taskbar and have it be minimized. That's not something that's on by default in Pop! OS, but there's just a setting for it. You go into settings, it's very easy to find. It's just a toggle button. And now that works just like it did on Windows. And that was very important to me because I was very used to that workflow. Now, the next thing you'll notice is my dock goes away when I'm not using it. That's also a setting that you can turn on and off. Similarly, you can have your dock go all the way across the screen, or you can have it more like this, where it's just in the center with the things, and it's only as wide as the things that you need on there. So I really like that. Another thing that I really like is if I press the Windows key, it brings open this search bar here, and I can search for anything I want. If I want VLC media player, I just type in VLC. If I need Slack, I type in Slack. And it works very similarly, conceptually anyway, to the search on Windows, but I'd never really gotten used to using that key, and now I use it all the time. I really, really like that. So generally speaking, my conversion over to Linux has been pretty great, with the exception of my first 2 installs. The first one, I don't know what happened. The second one, I messed up by doing NVIDIA driver stuff that was just wrong. The third one went great. The fourth one went great. And you may be wondering, if the third one went great, why did I have a fourth one? And it's because I decided that I liked it so much. I liked Pop! OS so much, I actually bought another NVMe drive, and then I installed it on that NVMe drive and migrated everything of my stuff onto that NVMe drive. So basically, if I had to describe what this is like, to me, it's like taking the best parts of Windows, best parts of Mac, and combining them into one. And that is what I have found is really, really unique to Pop! OS for me, is that it now works as I want it to work. And yeah, it did take a little bit of setup and figuring out where the display is, the settings are, and understanding how Linux thinks and how Linux works, because like making a desktop application like this, like for here, I have, for example, how my graphics card is running, right? And this is just a command, NVIDIA SMI, that we would run normally in terminal, but I wanted a button, so I didn't have to do it. So learning how to make that, it's not difficult by any means. It's just a different process than it is in Mac or Windows. And that's okay, because it's different, right? But generally speaking, my experience has been pretty awesome with this so far. The only thing that's really frustrating to me is the Docker Desktop thing. Now, the last piece that I want to throw out there is, am I going to switch back to Windows? Because I still have a hard drive in my computer that runs Windows. In fact, one of the really cool things about Linux is if I go down here into my other locations, I can actually access my Windows drive and pull files off it without being in Windows. And I think that is really, really, really cool. I did not expect that. I found that kind of on accident when I was exploring. And so I don't actually have to boot up Windows. But that said, I did boot up Windows yesterday. And it's because I was really frustrated with Docker Desktop. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to go to Windows. And you know what? That lasted about 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. I lasted 10 minutes in Windows before I was like, no, the workflows for everything in Pop! OS are better. I cannot deal with Windows anymore. So I think I've been converted, at least as of now. You know, we're only a week in. We'll see how it is a month, a year out. But as of now, I'm going to stay with Pop! OS. I like it. It works how my brain feels like an operating system should work, and I never even knew before that I was frustrated with Windows. I knew I was frustrated about data privacy things around Windows and Mac, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to move over to Linux. But I didn't know that even the workflows for me were not how I wanted to use it until I tried Pop! OS and learned that like there is a different way, and for me, it's more compatible. So I think if you're curious about Linux, give it a try. A lot of the different distributions can run off of a flash drive. So when you create that live drive for the installer, as you saw in our install video, there was a button to do a live preview. A lot of them have that, and you can try that. It doesn't cost much to get a flash drive. You probably have a flash drive just laying around at your house that you could put it on, and it might be worth it. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it's an option if you're curious about it. So that said, I'm really enjoying my time with Pop! OS. I'm really thankful to everyone who has worked on Linux for how long Linux has been around, and I'm especially thankful that they have documented everything so well on the web, because if I do need help, it's pretty easy to find help. Most people have asked questions in the past that are the same questions I'm having now. And as part of this, LLMs now know the answer to a lot of these things. You just have to specify that you're working with Ubuntu. So that said, I'm going to wrap up the video here so it doesn't go on too long. But thank you guys for your support of the channel. We are going to get back to meta-analysis content and systematic review content here shortly. As you saw, I have JASP installed, and I'm actually planning on doing a walkthrough on how to do meta-analysis in JASP in the next few, I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but I'll get to it in the next few days here. So that's probably the next meta-analysis thing coming, is how to do a meta-analysis in JASP. So thank you guys for your support of the channel. I very much appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. It really helps me a lot. And with that said, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful afternoon. Thank you guys, and have a good one.